Earlier today on the Jeff Blair Show here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, where I'm sitting, he got Masai Ujiri on the line. Masai Ujiri, general manager of the Toronto Raptors. Masai Ujiri, the mastermind, if you will, of everything that's gone on here. I don't think he even envisioned how this would play out. But again, at 6-12 at the time of the Rudy Gay deal, to where they are now is quite something. So Jeff had Masai on, and the subtext to what's happening here with the Raptors, which is relevant, is how the city of Toronto is reacting and could potentially react going forward. So I don't want to ask what Jeff did. I'll just have Jeff ask the question, and Masai's response was pretty interesting. This was earlier today on the Jeff Blair Show.
Is Toronto getting excited enough about the Raptors? I mean, I've been saying for a while, I think this is a great story. It's fun to watch. It's an enjoyable team. Are you feeling that when you're out and about in the city, Masai? Do you get a sense that people are really starting to focus in on the Raptors?
100%, and you can see the excitement. People come up, they talk about it. I think it's heartwarming for us, that this is about, while appealing to the fans for more, for this playoffs on Saturday, we want to make this place crazy. We want to make, again, anybody that's listening, that's coming to this game, we want to be the loudest arena in the NBA and make this place like a living hell for the Brooklyn Nets or whoever is coming in here, because our fans are going to win us a game or two here, and we really believe that. We really believe we have some of the best fans, and they will get down at some point. We'll trail at some point. Just keep cheering these guys, because I know that we've seen how these guys play. And honestly, Jeff, you've seen it. They never give up, they go fight, they go play, and then, they'll continue to grow and will continue to build with talent. And I think it's a positive for the city, and the city has been behind us.
Raptors GM Masai Ujiri earlier today on the Jeff Blair Show here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. That was pretty good. The entire interview is really good. Go to the website to hear it. But that one clip, we want to make this place a living hell for our opponent. Think about the phrase. That's a strong phrase. The last time I heard that, I saw or read it or had it implied in sports, I was watching a Champions League game from Turkey. And the banner read in English, "Welcome to hell." I think it was Galatasaray. But you rarely hear that kind of phrase in sport. And he's talking inside the ACC. He's bang on. Raptor crowds, as I brought up, I think I brought this up on the show. Tim and I are at the Raptors game Monday. He nudges me and he goes, "Look around." And I look around. The Bucks have a 181 winning percentage. They are an embarrassment to earth. And I'm looking around the ACC. The place is full. The place is full. The Bucks are awful. Raptors are already in playoffs. The only drama, the only soap opera here is what seed. And I took a good look, because I've been in there for Leafs. I've been in there for UFC events. I've seen empty seats, especially lower bowl up, like the Reds. Sometimes you don't sell them all. I was looking around. Nothing left. And they were loud. I was impressed. I think what Masai Ujiri wants on Saturday and going forward from that Raptor crowd, he may get. It wasn't Winfield wants noise. This isn't one of those moments in the World Series years. And if you're too young, look it up. It was hilarious. He wanted noise, and they gave it to him. It wasn't that kind of thing Masai's talking about, but it was close. He wants it to be an intimidating place. But I'm going to take it a step further. I don't think it is restricted to inside the arena. And I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with the following. As much as I like basketball, I love basketball. As much as Raptor fans love basketball in Southern Ontario, the reality is this. In the industry I work in, you're not respected. You're not. Ratings aren't as good. And people think it's still kind of a niche thing. You don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. That's the way it works. A lot of us have been fighting it for a long time. A long time. And Raptor teams that suck haven't been helping at all. And there are still people in this market with power who think this is a fad. Raptors are entering their 20th season. There are people who think this thing is going to be the Expos one day. I am calling upon every basketball-loving fan within earshot of my voice in Southern Ontario. Game 1 is 12:30 on Saturday afternoon. You do not need a ticket to see this thing. They're going to have a whole event outside ACC. I'm assuming it's the same layout as the Leafs during last year's postseason run. If you would like to make a statement to people in this market who don't take it seriously, I'm telling you right now, what's going on outside that arena Saturday is as important as what's going on inside. Because having seen last year firsthand, that was a news story. That was an event. It wasn't just about the game. It was just about the series and where they stood. What was happening on Bremer was unbelievable. And I am calling upon anyone who loves basketball in Southern Ontario to make it the same damn story this time around. Because I don't think you get it. This has to happen. For the sake of the sport, from a TV perspective in this country, that has to happen. Because there are people who think it's niche. And there are people who don't take it seriously. Despite the fact I love it and you might love it, it ain't that simple. It isn't. That needs to be an absolute event outside of the ACC. Masai needs noise inside. I'm telling you, I need it outside. You come down, if you want to get in the beer tent and pay $15 for beer, that's up to you. But the more people that are down there, they'll just bring the crowd back. You'll be able to watch the game. I hope you understand the seriousness in my voice. This is a pivotal moment for this team. This is a pivotal moment for basketball media in Southern Ontario and in Canada. There's no Vince Carter on this to sell itself. This is a different ball game. People need to know what this means in this market. And I and Tim and a lot of other people have believed for years the numbers on TV do not do it any justice. It's being undervalued, and it's a hell of a lot more valuable than it is. This is where you start to prove people wrong. And I'm telling you, there's a lot more on the line around the game than on the court, especially up here. And I'm not overstating it. This is important. Show up. If that looks like a Leaf crowd from last year, it is a game changer. Believe me. And I hope you do.